Good evening and welcome. This is a meeting of the Tinton Falls Borough Council being held May 21st, 2024. This meeting is hereby called to order. Would the clerk please read the open public meeting statement?
Pursuant to Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by posting on the bulletin board at Borough Hall and by notification to the Asbury Park Press, the Newark Star Ledger, and the New Coaster at least 48 hours prior to the meeting and filing with the Borough Clerk, all on December 19, 2023.
Thank you. May I ask the clerk to call the roll?
Ms. Buckley? Absent. Dr. Dobrin?
Here.
Mr. Manginelli?
Here.
Mr. Nessie? Absent. Mrs. Clay?
Here. At this time, I would like to invite everyone to join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Tonight, there is one set of meeting minutes for approval. May I have a motion to approve the April 16, 2024 regular meeting minutes?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
And may I have a roll call?
Dr. Dobrin?
Yes.
Mr. Manginelli?
Yes.
Mrs. Clay?
Yes. At this time, our business administrator, Mr. Terrafranco, will announce the promotional oath of office for the Borough of Tinton Falls Police Department.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Charlie Terrafranco. I'm the Borough Administrator and Director of Public Safety here at Tinton Falls. I'd like to call up Chief Mike DeLucia and Officer Whalen for the special occasion. Chief?
Yes, welcome everybody. Tonight we're here to swear in Christopher Whalen to the rank of sergeant. I'm so happy for Chris. He just makes our command staff here at Tinton Falls so much stronger. He makes our department already strong, but our command staff is going to welcome him. The command staff is the sergeants, lieutenants, captains, and myself. Chris came through our process, came out number one. I want to congratulate him once again. I also want to congratulate his family. It's a special night for him and his family. I want to thank first and foremost the mayor, Vito Perillo, couldn't be here tonight. Without his permission, we would not be able to promote. Director of Public Safety, Charlie Terrafranco, the council for always supporting us, and the borough administration. Without further ado, Chris is going to take his oath and be sworn in as the next sergeant here at Tinton Falls.
God, they're so cute. I can't take it.
I, Christopher Whalen,
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
and the authority of the people.
and do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of sergeant
of sergeant
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
They're so cute. Aw.
Cute little babies.
You want to say a couple of words?
I know, it's okay. Adorable. Thank you, Karen. I'm going to give them a second and then tell them that they can. What do you think? Okay. Oh, there's something there. It's like anything's wrong. Yeah. I don't feel like I have to.
Oh, yes.
Those kids. They're planting. Left. I don't know. I just said, who knows what's going to happen. Looks like they have a stage.
We're being ambushed.
I know. I just let them hang out. Congratulations, Sergeant Whalen. Thank you for your service, and thank your family as well. At this point, we're going to resume the meeting, starting with reports. Mr. Neff, our borough engineer.
Thank you. Not much new since the last council meeting, just an update on the library. That contractor was scheduled to complete their punch list repairs today, so we're anticipating that the library folks can get in there next week to start prepping everything on their end to keep moving forward with this project, get the library open. That's all I have.
Oh, thank you so much. Mr. Tarafanko, our borough administrator.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, everyone. Just a few quick notes. We have our Tinton Falls Memorial Day service. It's going to be May 27th at 11 a.m. held at Sycamore Park. Everyone in the community is invited. And also, we're working on, we have a draft form currently. We're working on a community volunteer application for our upcoming 75th anniversary event that's going to be held in the summer of 2025. Councilman Deputy President Dr. Dobrin will be a co-chair along with Councilman Nessie, and I see Mr. Dietz is in the audience. He's also agreed to be on the committee, along with, we have some of our DPW personnel, EMS personnel, and fire personnel who are also going to be on the planning committee as well. But we're going to extend that to the community to bolster our volunteer ranks for our planning committee. So we are in draft form. Once that's finalized, we'll put it up on our website and we'll blast it out on our social media platforms to get additional volunteers, and then we'll formalize our committee, and then we're going to start running full bore within the next few weeks with our planning committee. So be on the lookout for that as well, and that's your notice to the community. We're definitely looking for volunteers who have experience. It's going to be a large event, so if you have any experience in running events of that magnitude, we do definitely like your help. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Starkey, our Director of Law.
I have no report tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Hutchinson, our clerk.
I have no report this evening, thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to council reports, Dr. Dobin.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that the library is doing well, and we do have a board meeting on June 6th. So by then, I think they'll get into the library and check out exactly what's going on. So that's moving along very well. And as far as the library goes, they're also working on the music festival for August 17th. That's Saturday, August 17th. And we're looking forward to doing a good job as we do every year. And as far as other events that are happening, I'm glad to hear from Mr. Terafenko that we have the Memorial Day at 11 o'clock, we said on May 27th. We just had ice cream with a cop this past week. That was a lot of fun, especially because I snuck a ice cream sandwich, even though I'm not one of the children. So I had to confess at this meeting. So I'm glad our counselor is back, just in case I'm in trouble. So we did that. I'll be attending the Earl Base. We'll be having a ceremony on June 7th, and the council and the mayor were invited. On June, let's see, we have Special Olympics. I'll be attending Special Olympics New Jersey. It's at TCNJ in Ewing, and that's on June 8th. We have August 6th, National Night Out, and as I mentioned, August 17th for the Music Festival. So a lot of activities, and we're looking forward to reporting on them when I get back. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Dobin. Mr. Manginelli.
Thank you, Council President. The majority of my time as a council member has been spent on the landfill, and made some significant changes. The complaint system has been completely modified. It's no longer necessary for you to be home when you make the complaint. You don't have to you don't have to get a complaint number. An inspector will arrive at the scene within a half hour from the call. Major improvement, and we got to thank the county for that. In terms of the order, we've been fortunate. There hasn't been an order for 3 weeks, but that doesn't mean it's not going to come back. So we will maintain the vigilance that we've had since December, actually. Thank you, and that's all I have tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Manginelli. In terms of my report, Dr. Dobin mentioned the ice cream with a cop. That was a great event last weekend, and our police department, I believe, does an outstanding job with community relations, and I was very proud to be a part of that day. We have, I think Mr. Terafenko mentioned, we are in the process of our planning for Community Day, and those meetings have begun. As Mr. Manginelli mentioned, he and I have been meeting twice a month with both residents and professionals from the county to get a better management of the landfill situation. And as I've mentioned in the past, he's done an outstanding job getting things in line there. And lastly, I would just like to mention, in case people are not aware, there will be an extra K-8 Board of Ed meeting on May 30th to discuss preschool expansion, and it's open to all. Let's see, moving on to ordinances. There are no ordinances for introduction, and there are no ordinances for final consideration at this time. At this time, may I have a motion to open the public discussion?
Motion?
And a second. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
This is the time the public may comment on any topic of their choice. Please state your name and address for the record, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes. At this time, I'd like to ask the clerk if any public comments were submitted to the meeting via email.
There were none.
Thank you. Is there any member of the audience that would like to make a comment?
Hi, my name is Charlie Dietz, and I'm from Reeds Road, and this is regards to the 75th anniversary. I ran the last fair, or the last 10 years of fairs in this town, but they ended around 1994, and that was the Sire Stakes at Willowbrook. For the 75th, it really is time to start making some plans. What I would like to do is I go visit other fairs around the county and talk to their food truck vendors, their little vendor sites, but I can't represent myself as being from the borough of Tinton Falls unless I am representing the wishes of you folks. If there's some way you could just make it official or give me an imprimatur or something like that, because I'll be starting to visit these fairs next weekend. And that's the end of my comment.
Mr. Tarafanko, do we have any idea of a time frame when the committee will actually be in place in response to Mr. Dietz's question?
So once I obviously talk to Dr. Dobrin and Councilman Nessie, I'll talk to Mr. Dietz offline and we'll get those things squared away.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Any other public comments?
Got all these young people here, no comments from the young people?
I know, we were kind of excited when we saw you that,
Come on, there's got to be a spokesman out there.
Question or something. Come on up, introduce yourself, tell us why you're here.
Come on up.
Hello guys, I'm Tyler Walsh, Sacramento Way, and we're here from Communications High School, and we have to write an article about the meeting.
oh, boy.
So is there anything exciting and awesome that's been happening in Tinton Falls that we could write about?
We're about the softball field. Have you seen that?
And the library is opening.
Oh yes, very exciting.
And we have Community Day, and we're starting to plan for our big town anniversary.
Yeah, there's two
And
new
the
softball
historic-
fields.
And the Historic Preservation Committee will have a great celebration for Juneteenth. Big celebration.
And the music festival in August.
Awesome. Where are the two new softball fields going to be?
It's at Sycamore.
Sycamore
Yeah.
Park is that. So the very first event we're having is obviously on Monday is Memorial Day services. So that's an important time in American history, right?
Mhm.
So that's very important. And then all the other events that everyone here just listed, you can go down chronologically and hit all those as well, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's probably very important that you know that you have a former school educator sitting right there as our council president.
Right.
So you could probably field one or two questions from her.
Mike.
That includes all of you out there.
You did a great job. Thank you for representing.
Each one of them could take one event and write it up.
Oh, he's really good. Two jobs. That's great.
Hello, I'm Max Estrada from River Edge Road, and as being a former teacher or educator, how do you think it helps you to lead the town?
I'm actually a retired high school principal from RBR. In my opinion, what I've learned over the years there, having to work with students and teachers and parents, is how to bring different opinions together and be able to listen to other viewpoints and reach a consensus. I think that if you're able to make that happen, then you have a good guarantee of success.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Well, you missed a point. the initiative that you just brought with the middle school.
Oh, well, I don't know.
One of the biggest things that were, the initiative she just brought forth this year is bridging the gap between students and government to try and show students like yourselves what local government does and what the nexus is between the students and the government and how important it is, because we just changed some of our rides at our community day event because of feedback we had gotten from students at the middle school, believe it or not. So we actually listened to students.
What kind of suggestions do they have?
They had different, they wanted different rides at our community day event, more tailored toward probably kids about your age and things like that, or a little bit younger. And they said we're kind of missing things that capture them and their excitement for the community day. So we made a few changes this year because of that.
What did you guys do? What exactly?
We have more exciting rides for them. We have a rock climbing wall this year. We have a different type of bounce house. We have one, I don't even know what they call it, but it's one of these things where you actually have to duck before it knocks you over. But things like that are more in tune to what the tweens want, 12, 13 years old, rather than little kid rides and things like that. So we want them to come to our event. So we asked them, and they said, if you do those things, but we also showed them different things from the government aspect, what we do. Our borough attorney was there, our engineer was there, our CFO was there, so they got to understand what each of the professionals in our local form of government do, and they were captivated by that too. So we got a lot of questions and a lot of exposure that way, and the kids really liked it.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Anybody else?
Sorry. I just had a question about the music festival happening August 17th, right? What type of things or events are happening at the music festival? Do you have certain bands playing there? Or?
Yes, there are going to be several bands playing, and that's continuous throughout the evening. It starts at 5 o'clock and goes till about 9 o'clock. But there's what? Oh, yeah, there's food. There's a lot of things. The library obviously has some events planned with, certain games and events. But it's a very nice night for everybody in the town. All ages are welcome. It's just a relaxing, beautiful night, and we've done it for several years. And again, it's to help fund the things that the library needs for when we do the reopening. So it's going to be a fun event for everybody. And there's a lot of good bands playing too.
So it's almost like a fundraiser for the library?
That's correct.
Okay. And what bands are playing there? Do you know yet, or is it?
I don't have the list, but the team works on it. And soon, I guess we're going to have a board meeting this coming month, and we'll see how many of those, and it will be published. It'll be published on the website. Is Mr. Terrafino, is that on the website? Yeah, so.
Also, people do Facebook too, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think Bruce Springsteen will be there, but.
I don't think that really matters much.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's for the older folks.
Yeah.
But what groups do you like?
Everything. But
Everything?
yeah, I have a lot of friends who are in bands, so I was just, is it going to be younger performers or is it going to be professional?
Yeah, they'll be all, the performers are all different ages.
As a matter of fact, they have volunteers who will volunteer to play, and they're usually up-and-coming bands who want to get some exposure. So they, they don't charge us to come, but we do have, a good sound system. So we pay somebody to do that. It's really a nice event, and the bands are really a lot of fun too.
I know it's definitely something our school would be interested in because we go to communications as an art school. So right now we're trying to kind of get a movement for more music to be there. So I think this would be a really cool event for us to talk about, just to get more music integrated into our school. So thank you.
Oh, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for your question.
Anyone else?
My name is Savannah Ledbetter, and I live on Squonkam Road. My only question tonight is, as I was taking notes, I know you guys briefed over the issue with the landfill, and that's actually what I was looking forward to writing. Just because I missed it while I was writing, could you kind of brief over again what the updates were with the complaint system?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
The updates for the complaint system?
She was
Oh,
asking about the
okay.
change.
What has happened is, in the past, Environmental Protection would be handling all of the complaints, and they would determine where that complaint should go, and invariably they gave it to the county, the Board of Health. And there were a couple of problems with that. They would not necessarily do it that same day that they got the complaint. They might wait to get 3 or 4 complaints before they sent it out. It also required that the complainant be home when the complaint is made. That's changed. Now the county has taken it over, so the initial call will go directly to the county. And they will handle the call, and they will send an investigator to the site. You don't have to be home to wait for the investigator. And the investigator will make an assessment of the odor and prepare a report. And it's simplified now. You don't have to get a complaint number. It's just, you just call and make the complaint. It'll be handled completely by the county, and of course, Tinton Falls will get involved because they will notify us of the calls they receive. So it's much simplified. Now that's for the complaint system. In terms of the odor, we're fortunate. In the last 3 weeks, we haven't had an odor. However, I don't think that's a forever thing. I think occasionally it's going to crop up, and the Waste Management Incorporated that manages this landfill, they'll do what they have to. They've made a lot of improvements, and it's obvious because there haven't been any complaints.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Anyone else?
Hi, my name is Alexandra Marmut, Dover Court. So about the funds that are going towards the library, my question was, why are the money from the music festival going towards the library and not like other things related to the town? And like, why people care so much about the library, like if it's like a big thing?
Well,
So the fundraiser that Dr. Dover was talking about, the funds they've raised from the music festival, they're using to augment the library. So the library is under renovation right now, and we're hopeful that we're going to be opening the library in the fall. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like where like if it's going to be reopened or like a new one's going to be built.
We're renovating it right now, so it's going to be reopening in the fall. So what they raised is going toward the library reopening and then our operating expenses going forward. So yes, that money is going toward the library.
And it was, I'm sorry, it was actually, the library was actually closed for several years. And there was also a grant that the town was able to obtain to help pay to open the library. And it's definitely a topic that's been debated, not just amongst this council, but with previous councils as well and administrations, in terms of what is the value of a library. And like from my perspective, it isn't just about books, although of course books are important, but we also have to think about it as a potential place that that moms and dads can gather with kids, that seniors could take like a little workshop, that students that maybe that don't have internet access, and I know that there are some, I know that seems kind of hard to believe, but as a former principal, I know that there's a lot of kids that once they leave their school, they don't have internet access in their home. And these were all major concerns, along with the idea that we were one of the only towns that didn't have a public library. And like, there's a message with that in terms of what do you value? And that's something that was important for us.
and
Yeah, I
those-
understand.
Those extra funds, there's a lot of miscellaneous things that occur, and they don't want to necessarily bother the town all the time and take, but they want to have the cooperation. We have a lot of residents who have donated money for this actual operation at the library. And this extra money can be utilized for many things that want to be purchased by the library. For instance, they wanted some new carpet in the entrance. These are little things that, again, they don't want to be sponging off the town to, facilitate it. But with the extra funds, we can buy those things. Buy extra books, buy extra equipment. So, it works out pretty well for us to
Okay.
have this extra fund.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good question. Anyone else? You guys are doing great. This is the most interaction we've had in a long time.
Let's keep coming.
Hello, Max Estrada, River Edge again. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was mold in the library, right? How much money and time did it take to fix that library?
Mr.
Mr. Neff.
Neff, do you want to answer that?
So as far as how much time, I think it goes back to 2017, actually, or so, 2017, 2018. And part of the delay was because the state had told us they were going to put out the first ever library grant, where the state was actually going to give towns, if they applied and met certain requirements, it was competitive, but towns could get grant money. And unfortunately, the state took much longer than they planned to release that grant. And then the first round was very competitive. We didn't get any funding the first round, so we had to wait another year for the second round. In the second round, we were selected, and I think we got $174,000 for it, and the town had to match that with another $174,000. So, and we're using just about all of that. The mold has all been cleaned up. That was the initial phase. The old trailer in the back was removed, put in new HVAC system, electric upgrades, did some structural upgrades to the floor joists, things like that. So yeah, they're literally wrapping up the final punch list today, the contractor.
What was the total time of that process?
So from 2018, we'll say, so about probably 6 years.
How long did the construction take?
Construction was shorter. Well, it was many phases. So the mold remediation took a couple weeks. That was done initially. The actual main chunk of construction was probably about 5 months.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks. All right. Anyone else?
Could we all just get your names and roles, please, just for the articles we could properly quote all of you?
Sure. Do you want to start?
Tom Neff, Borough Engineer. Yeah, you can also, at the end, if you want, you can walk around. Everyone's got name
The
tags.
nameplate, why don't we do that?
Why don't we just send them minutes? Send them the minutes of the meeting.
They won't be approved till the next.
If one of your friends would help you with their phone, they should just come up and
Take a picture of everybody, yeah.
Just screenshot everybody's.
Yeah, just take the name tags.
You can come up here, that's fine.
It's so funny.
Yeah, that's okay. Get everybody?
They forget us?
Thanks. All right, hearing no further comments, may I have a motion to close the public discussion?
So moved.
And a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Does any member of council have anything to add?
I'd just like
Okay.
to say thank you for coming tonight, and I hope this was an interesting experience for you. I know that communication school is very good. My daughter actually attended it. So she's done very well with the experience at communication.
And also, if you have any questions, you can go to our website and access our emails, all of us there, in case you needed any follow-up info. At this point, we're going to move on to the consent agenda. Are there any items any member of council would like removed to be voted on separately? Hearing none, may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion.
And a second. Thank you. And a roll call.
Dr. Dobrin?
Yes.
Mr. Manginelli?
Yes.
Mrs. Clay?
Yes. This concludes today's business. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
And a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. This meeting is now adjourned. Time 8:06.